Test 1 2 1 2 test. Test 1 2 1 2 test. Test 1 2 1 2 test. Okay, sweet deal. All right. Hello, hello. Hold on, real quick. Let me switch the. Here we go. Hey guys, how's it going? I am Mango. This is my first art stream that I'm gonna do on this channel. Um, kind of nervous because I haven't drawn in a hot minute. Don't know what to draw, but I did recently watch the new Chainsaw Man movie, so I might do maybe my rendition of Chainsaw Man characters. Um, yeah, so I don't know why I'm so nervous. I guess I felt like the stream should have started way earlier, but today just got super, super busy. I'm still configuring the whole timing of when I need to do my non-gaming streams, my just chatting streams. There's gonna be another one tomorrow. I'm hoping to start it earlier. It's already like 10:40 right now, so it's a little bit late. But I want to do a couple hours at least of some art stuff. And my style is I love illustrating, so my style is a little bit more loose in that sense. When it comes to coloring and stuff, I could color. I'm not very. I personally feel like I'm not very good at it, and there's just so much to learn with color theory and all that jazz. So my best department is the illustrating part, is the rough drafts and the outlines. That's what I love to do. And I've been drawing on the iPad for quite some time now. I used to use an XP pen, hence the XP pen hand glove thing. But so I do love XP pen, but convenience-wise, the iPad, excuse me, the iPad is definitely my go-to at the moment. So I'll pop this in. This kind of helps you not make any random marks on your page. Let me check my streams real quick. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Sweet deal. All right. So yeah. So basically, thank you for joining me on my first art stream. We're just gonna be chatting and drawing and seeing what's up. So let me switch over to the other channel, other scene. There we go. So you could kind of just watch, enjoy my Freerin plush back there. She's just gonna be there watching me, making sure I do pretty good, and she'll probably cast Zoltrock on me if I fail. But yeah. All right. So, let me see something real quick. Hopefully, it doesn't pick up. The mic doesn't pick up the music coming from my headphones, because I do not want a copyright strike right now. Alright. I'm going to draw right here. So, let's see. I don't usually draw this. Okay, let me test these pens out. What do I have this on right now? I have this on painting. Let's go to inking. Studio pen. Okay. I don't know if I want a studio pen. Maybe I want a dry ink pen. I think dry ink pens are probably better for sketching. Let's put that at 8. Maybe a little too dark. Let's make this like a dark brownish color. I don't ever really like to go too complete black. I mean, now and then I don't mind if it's like going for a huge like very comic-esque looking style with the dark bold outlines. And I do like that style too, but I can't say, for me anyway, if I have a personal like style. I know it's more leaning toward like anime manga stuff, but I can't really say that there's one particular anime manga style that I do have. Maybe Inkbleed. No, I don't like that one either. See, Studio Pen again. It's just too light. Does drawing have anything? Let's see, Blackburn. Ooh. It's too big though. Let's do 2. Gloaming. Interesting. Little Pine. Maybe sketching. Let's do. What's the Procreate pencil? Let's see. Some of the sketching ones don't really have that good of a drawing. I'll say maybe dry ink is the best one. Yeah, let's stay with dry ink. Okay. Make this, let's increase this. So I have whatever this size is. I think this is a comic size page. I don't know all the specs in Procreate that well. Like I've been using it for a minute, but I'm still learning how to use it. Well, still learning all the different stuff I could do with it. Okay. So, let's see. Let's practice. I think it's too dark, huh? Let's make this a little lighter. This is just a sketch right now, so alright. Let's do an eyeball. Let's start with an eyeball. So yeah, I do like very rough sketches. That's usually my forte. At one point when I was younger, I wanted to make my own like comic and stuff, but little did I know how hard it really is to obtain that. So this is just me warming up my hands, my fingers, because I haven't like drawn in a minute, and it's always good to like warm up a little bit, you know. Right? Okay. I am realizing it is harder to draw with this stand up like this. I would rather have it flat on the table. Or actually, let me see. Let's use this. Maybe this will help me a little bit. A little bit more, make it more stable, I guess. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, perfect. Let me adjust the size to it. Why didn't I think about this? God. Alright. I wish I had a better pen though. calligraphy. Here we go. Nope, don't like the calligraphy. Why don't I like this? Maybe it's the color. Let's go for a grayer look, maybe. It still looks too dark. That's a little too. Looks better. Okay. Alright. Let's fly. Let's fly. Let's see. Alright. There's one eyeball. I know there's a way to flip, but I forgot. I haven't used Procreate in forever, so I forgot I'll do the flippy thingy. As I continue to do more drawing streams, I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out. So I'm just warming up my fingers right now, just to get comfortable with using this pen. Does it look alright? Looks kind of weird. Also, I really don't care to erase too much too. If you stay long enough, you know I really don't like to erase. I like things very rough looking. Maybe that's part of my style. I don't know. I can't really say. Like I said, I can't really say if I have a particular style when it comes to my art. I mean, I know it's more manga anime-esque, but right? More or less. Okay. I need to just get this funk out of me. Seriously, like, I don't know why I'm so nervous. It's like my first art stream, but I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't be this nervous. I mean, I've been drawing since I was little, but yeah. Alright. Let's see. Maybe I could try to draw Denji from Chainsaw Man. I wonder if you guys saw. Did you guys see the new Chainsaw Man movie? I wish I could check my chat, but let's start with the basics. Let's do head. So when I draw, right, and ever since I started drawing, anatomy always came later. I always try to draw what I knew and what I kind of imagined, and I get there are people out there who can't really see it unless they have an actual reference. Just some people are. That's just how some people are. I actually know two people who are very creative but cannot envision anything. Like, let's say if I tell them to draw an arm or an eyeball or something, they can't literally physically, like they can't mentally project it in their brain how an eyeball would look like unless it was right there in front of them, you know. So I've met people like that, and I know people like that. But for me, growing up, I guess it's more of my intuition, my intuitive side that kind of like projects those images mentally for me, and it kind of like guides me on how things should be. Um, hence why I also like to all hence also why I like to do things rough, which I give props to those who can keep to a more structured look. My drawings are a little bit more unstructured and sometimes anatomically incorrect. Um, so for those who can't physically, or not physically, but mentally, like have that picture in their head of, let's say, how to draw an eyeball and stuff, they're usually one of the best like artists when it comes to anatomy, I believe, because they literally need to study the anatomy, need to look at anatomy and just go off that. You know, I could always study anatomy, um, but there's always a part of me that kind of just want to stray away from it because I'm one of those people that doesn't like coloring inside the lines, and I feel like following such a something like that is a little bit more task heavy for me. It kind of like binds me to my creativity. And I get it. I mean, it's always good, but I learned through constant drawing and mistakes. You know, I started off drawing like my first anime was Dragon Ball Z. It was when I started drawing, and I did like dinosaurs and Godzilla. So yeah. Um, Denji had kind of dead looking eyeballs, right? And he had kind of like triangle. I might have to fix that. That's too cool looking. That's not Denji's eyeballs. Let's see. He had. How could I describe his eyes? His eyebrows are always higher up. Like he's just like stoned looking all the time. Just me or like a lot of Chainsaw Man characters look like they have no idea what they're doing. And which makes his eyes a little bit more down here. Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's kind of like how Denji's eyes are, right? And then he's got smaller pupils. And then let's not forget this, his eye bags. He's like he never sleeps or something. He's got dead eyes. Alright. Right? Something like that. This is just a rough sketch, rough outline right now. Um, actually, Tatsuki Fujimoto probably kind of just like that. And then his hair, oh, it's so messy. Yeah, did I covered his ears? I think I covered his ears, right? With this stage of the drawing, you could, it's always good. It's fine to always mess up personally, because you could always, it is just a rough sketch, so you could always come back and clean it. Right? Kind of looks like Denji, kind of sorta. So yeah, like I said, like drawing from memory, I like to do, but it's always a double-edged sword because if you're good at it, that's awesome. But if you're trying to do like anatomy, it's very difficult because you really need to know anatomy if you want to draw from memory. Yeah, kind of looks like Denji. Or not even anatomy, like even like articles of clothing, you know. After a while, when you draw like a button-up T-shirt, you kind of realize where it goes where. Um, but reference, you know. Because I was so infatuated with like anime growing up, um, I always loved trying to draw. Um, like the high school characters, you know, so I would understand how the folds would kind of interact and what goes where, all that stuff. There we go. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hmm. Hello, hello, CCSS6554. Sorry, I can't. I don't have my YouTube chats up compared to my Twitch because I'm multi-streaming, and right now my Twitch is my main chat screen. I didn't set up my YouTube chat part, so I will slowly get back to the chats. There we go. Yeah, there we go, Denji. Okay, so after that, I will go to a second layer and break the opacity. Whoops, make the opacity on this one lower. That one, I would then go over it with a darker brush. See that color. And try to clear it up a bit. So this part, you have to be a little bit more careful. But you're also using your first outline kind of like as a reference. So you, this is also your opportunity to fix those mistakes. So I realize his hair is a little bit too far out there. So I'm trying to bring it closer to his head. And then we'll see how it goes. Actually, his hair doesn't always go like that. I'd say it would drop down like this too. And then, there we go. Yeah. Mm. Oh, actually, this one. Mm. And Denji's upper eyes are a little darker than his bottom ones. Too happy? He always has that dumbfounded look on his face. Hmm. You see um how big the collar is on the original sketch, and this second layer kind of just adjusts it. So this is the best time to kind of do that in the second layer. I mean, that's how I do it anyway. What was that? Yeah, we could erase the previous layer. See how clean that one looks? This eye looks kind of weird. Yeah. Hmm. And then I just erase everything because I feel like everything's off. Hmm. This is the down. This is the downside of drawing from memory. All right, yeah, just Renji. Okay. Um, it's all right. It doesn't look that bad, but it's not the best thing I've ever drawn. Tatsuki Fujimoto likes to do these extra lines too in the manga anyway. Which I don't know if you realize if you've seen the new movie, um, the art direction they went for it definitely like encompasses the manga style. I've noticed, especially the second time seeing it, that he's put so much detail in the little lines, like these little lines, in the characters, or um, the neck. Sometimes Tatsuki Fujimoto would do something like that on the neck. Like they would do that in Mappa would like put that in the animation, which is pretty cool. All right, Denji, Denji. Still kind of just warming up my hands because this is because it's been a hot minute since I've been drawing. All right. Yep. All right. Let's do. I forgot how Reze was. Let's do Reze. Let's start off with blue, actually. And we'll start off thick brush. There you go. So there's another way I like to draw. Use thick brush. Let's see. Let's add a grid, actually. Where is it? How do I add a grid? Add. Oh, canvas. Drawing grid. Alright, and let's say the center is like right here, kind of. There. About center. Right there. Looks about center. Right. Alright, so let's remember where that is. Let's try to do a dynamic pose with Reze. And this is going to really test my anatomy. So I'm going to make her look up. So when you're drawing a character looking up, you kind of want to establish, I want to say, the different dimensions. So I don't ever really use this kind of method in a sense of like drawing the vanishing point and horizon lines. But with this pose. If the head was over here, right? And let's see, just kind of looking this way. It looks messy now, but just wait. Neck would be here. Give her the Monogatari neck. The shoulder. Her shoulder would be like right here. I think this would be the hand, but I'm not very good with hands yet. I don't think anyone's very good with hands, so FYI. If you're an artist and you're good with hands, more props to you, but I guess that would be a good pose, right? She has bangs that go down here, kind of. I can't really draw her from memory. I don't remember how she... I know how she looks like, it's just I can't really... She has a ponytail, right? I don't know. Let me go get the manga real quick. Give me a minute. Ugh. Reze, where you at, girl? Oh shoot, I dropped my pencil. Ugh. Okay. So when I was younger, I would reference a lot of manga and just kind of copy off manga. At 40. So I just need a rough. Shows ear for sure. Just like a bob-ish thing. Man, it was such a good movie. I really would like to watch it again. I have to be very loose with the hair. It can't be too stringent with it. And her hair is roughly around where her neck is, especially when she's tilting her head. Something like that, I think. Maybe I'll give her an original outfit. I don't know. Alright, so that would be a good angle, right? Elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow-ish area, and the hand. What if I make her other hand? That'd be doing too much. You could play with something like that. Maybe shoulder right there. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so there's our outline of Reze. We are going to try to draw this, and we are going to fail because this is too much. Alright, thank you for joining the stream. If you're here watching, my first art stream and first time drawing in like forever, but I'm trusting my process. Alright, Reze, outline of Reze, right? For the most part. I could worry about the closing and stuff later. Second layer, so this layer now becomes lower in opacity. Whoops, what did I do? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we're gonna change this color. Maybe Reze is kind of like a purplish tone, right? So we'll give her. I want to stick with like the browns, but closer to the. No, let's try this. Okay. Well, no, well. Actually, let's try that. Let's do Studio Pen. Would that be better? Squeeze the size to it. Yeah, okay. So it goes thick to thin. That good? And it's almost, her bang is almost as long as the size of her hair. It's like she has 3 of these long things. Problem is, in the manga, it's black and white. So it's a little bit more difficult to figure out where the line starts. Jeez, okay. This one definitely goes kind of like that. But it's like a very loose droop. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I don't know if I want to say that's right. Our head's right here. Oh, oof. I did her ear purple. Alright, let's go to the dark brown. like how this eye is. It should be pink. Hmm. Hmm. Looks weird. You know what? I think when I did it right here, it's going out like that. Something like that. More like that. No, no, it looks kind of weird like that though. Hold on, hold on, hold on. What's going on here? Over there. Mm. That looks a little better. liking this layer that much. Let's just do black. Alright. Maybe I'm being thrown off because of these. Maybe that hair threw me off. I think I figured it out. This whole angle thing is like not working. Mm. This is what happens when you don't draw consistently. You forget everything. Man, this looks very rough. Oh my gosh, it looks terrible. Looks terrible. Alright, let me draw something I like. Or something I want to draw. I guess I'm not really in a Chainsaw Man mood at the moment. let's make. I don't know who's this supposed to be. Just an OC, I guess. That was a lot more difficult than I thought. um, yeah, I haven't drawn in like forever. So I tried doing Reze and it turned out looking like a weird, I don't know, it looked like a piece of crap, honestly. Initially this was the outline and it was a good idea, and then I think I overestimated myself in being able to draw stuff and like something like that. Um yeah, and then I did do a Denji drawing, which that looks a little bit like Denji, right? Kind of. Denji always looks high. I don't know. That's probably the best drawing, and that's not even Chainsaw Man. That's just some random OC. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna save this file. It was just to have a little drawing stream and see if I could get my creative art juices going. Oh man, but it's now 12:12. My fingers are tired. I'm gonna do another just chatting session tomorrow, probably earlier, hopefully. Um, I'll probably see if I could do more drawing stuff. If not, probably just chatting about random stuff. Maybe gaming and just chatting about stuff. We'll see. Oh, I think my iPad died on me. Alright, well, anyways, that's gonna end for the stream. My iPad wants to go to sleep anyway. It's in low battery. It's been warning me that I was in low battery, so now it's actually dead. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the stream. Tomorrow I will be on sometime. Maybe I want to say early afternoon ish, evening ish. We'll see. We'll try. Oh man, my eyes are red. Oh god, yeah, I gotta go to sleep. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you like this art stream, or if you want to see me draw more crappy stuff, um, like my channel, subscribe. If you like weeby stuff, join my Discord. It's called Gamma Guilds. Gamma is acronym for games, anime, manga, manga, movies, and art. Obviously, the art part I need more work on. But yeah, everything else, anime and manga. We were talking about Chainsaw Man today. On my TikTok, I just uploaded a box opening for a Makima figurine. So go check out my TikTok. It's iMango Art. And my Instagram, if you want to see more of my other drawing stuff that I've drawn in the past. They're way better than this stuff. I promise you that. This is just me getting back into drawing after a long hiatus, so it looks like shit. But check out my Instagram. Again, same handle name, iMango.art, and you'll get to see all my wonderful drawings. I think my last couple drawings I did magic from X-Men Marvels or Marvel Rivals, whichever, which have you. And yeah. So yeah, join my Instagram, my TikTok for unboxings, my Discord if you're into all the wonderful geeky weeby stuff, and then just tune into my Monday through Thursday streams for gaming in the mornings, usually 6:30 to 9:30, if not a little later till like 10, 7 to 10, depending. And my weekend streams, usually every other weekend, I'll do just chatting like this. So yeah, tomorrow, catch you on the next stream, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.